Hi, I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. Now, I'm probably like a lot of people where I'm constantly trying to improve my guitar tone, especially live. And I've been through everything from amps to modelers to capture devices, the whole lot. And there's nothing quite like having an amplifier behind you. So while I was at Guitar Summit over in Germany a couple of weeks ago, I tried out the Hook Amp Wizard and I was really impressed with it. I was really impressed with the technology and I thought, well, maybe this is it. Maybe this is the amp that can get me all the different sort of sounds that I need for a gig and have the technology in it just in case I need to do a silent stage gig. Now I came back, had a look on eBay, and lo and behold, there was a second-hand one on eBay, so I couldn't resist it. Hook amps are made over in Holland and they bridge the gap between valve technology and sort of modern automated modeler technology, I would say, and I'll explain a little bit more about that in a minute. The fantastic thing about this amp, and I don't think any other amp does it, is you can pretty much get any tone out of it because a lot of the controls on this are completely automated. Now what I mean by that is there's motors behind these pots, and as I change presets, you'll see the motors change. So I can go out live and have a sound like this. And then with one switch, I can have a sound like this. Now, because this amp is so versatile, you can get pristine clean tones to quite sort of raucous high gain tones. So that tone there was about as high gain as it gets. So some of you more metal guys might need something in the front end to push it that little bit further. But for me, I would never use any more gain than that. It's absolutely perfect. So let's explain some of the features of this. And before I go any further, I should just say that I'm using this Valiant Mercury today. This is an awesome guitar that's made over in Ukraine. And it's pretty much become my new favourite guitar. So I'm going to be doing more on this guitar in the coming weeks and explaining a bit more about it. But if you saw any of my videos from 42 Gear Street, you'd have known how obsessed I was about this guitar. So I finally got my hands on it, which is fantastic. And thank you, Valiant Guitars. Now, this is not going to be a full review of this amp. I'm not going to go through every single tone that you can get out of it. It's not a sponsored video. This is just an amplifier that I bought secondhand because I was so blown away with it over in Guitar Summit over in Germany. Now, I should say that guitar amp tone is a very personal thing. This amp is a jack of all trades, and although it does a really good job at clean tones and at drive tones, are the clean tones as good as, say, the Tube Workshop 2864S or my Amplified Nation Overdrive Reverb, or are the drive tones as good as my Soldano? Well, probably not, but as I said, it is a very personal thing. I think this amp is absolutely fantastic for live use, where you can get fantastic drive tones and fantastic clean tones. Would I use it in the studio? Yes, probably, but would I choose it over my other amps? Maybe not. So on this amp, we've got 32 presets that we can store. We've got an onboard digital reverb, which is absolutely fantastic as far as I'm concerned. Out of choice, I don't think I'd ever use a spring reverb over a digital reverb. I use digital reverbs all the time for recording, and they just sound so much better than a spring. On this amp as well, we've got 16 different IR slots that's programmable per preset, and it's also got a load box. So say that you turn up at a gig with this amp and the front of house engineer says, oh no, it's a silent stage, you can't use a speaker in this venue, you can plug an XLR out the back of this amp, go straight into the mixing console and get all of those tones. Now all the tones you're hearing today are from the inbuilt IRs that come from this amp. I haven't got a microphone attached. This is just an XLR straight out the back of the amp into my sound card, and you're hearing it like that. Now the last little trick, which I think is an absolute genius idea, is if you connect an expression pedal up to your MIDI controller, plug it into the back of the hook, I can then store a different preset on the amp and then fade between those two presets by using an expression pedal. Which I think is an amazing feature and incredibly useful if you want to take a solo. Anyway, I really hope you guys got something out of this video. It is a short video. I didn't want to spend too much time on this, but I just wanted to show you some of the features of this amp. It is an absolutely awesome sounding amp. And I've got a gig in a few days, so I'll try it out and I'll let you know how it goes. Anyway, I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. I hope you got something out of this video. If you did get something out of it, don't forget to like and subscribe, click on the bell button, and you'll be notified of any future video that comes out from the Studio Rats. I'll see you next time. Cheers.